Well, good evening as we start another week, folks. This week has the 4th of July, and we'll have that forecast and looking beyond that into the middle of July. How about that? We've got it all coming up. Well, right now, we got to look out at Alexandria Tower Cam on Texas Street, seeing a partly cloudy sky, hazy conditions. Some of that may actually be some of the Saharan dust, which has been heading this way for a few days. So it makes things hazy. Likewise, up at Toledo Bend, beautiful Toledo Bend. Even with the haze, we're looking good up there with partly cloudy skies, a mixture of clouds and some hazy, a little traffic. Some folks going back and forth up there. So hit and miss storms in your forecast through the middle of this week. I think that means less coverage. Today was less coverage, more coverage the next couple of days, but still not a lot scattered. Less rain, more heat starting Thursday. This is your forecast for the 4th. Hot as a firecracker, as they would say, I guess. And then outlook through the middle of July. We've got that coming up as well. So looks pretty typical right now to me. So radar showing the northward motion here, kind of a southeasterly motion here. So you get a visual that there's kind of a clockwise circulation here. So there's a warm bubble of air which is set up. It's not a strong one to give us a heat wave or anything like that. It just kind of keeps it typically hot, but it has suppressed convection across the area for today. So we're kind of in between this little area in south and southeast Texas and all this stuff off to the east of us. And I don't think we're going to see much out of this. Moisture left over from Barry helping to trigger some of this activity in southeast Texas. You see just a counterclockwise movement right here. So there's a disturbance. You get on the west side of that is kind of stirring up with a frontal boundary, focusing the convection over in that particular area. And that's kind of where we're looking for our next possible tropical system right now. This is looking far in advance, but there could be a little risk of some tropical stuff with that. That is a well-known pattern. You get a front, which is pretty much stationary, a little disturbance overhead. It keeps things unsettled, keeps showers and thunderstorms and clouds developing along that front, and eventually, with all this warm water in the eastern Gulf of Mexico, you can get something tropical develop out of that. All right, let's go beyond this now into your future cast. I'll step you through the next couple of days as we head into tomorrow morning's commute. No issues except the humidity. Be a muggy start for the day, and then some hit and miss showers and a few thunderstorms coming into the forecast as we head into the PM hours there on Tuesday, and then back to work on Wednesday morning. No issues there again except the humidity. So this is the area I was talking about. The Hurricane Center has highlighted this with about a 20% chance of developing into a tropical cyclone over the next week. And so regardless, I think, of what happens here, there is a chance that the upper level pattern, that the large scale pattern that evolves, will steer this kind of to the west and to the northwest. And I'm looking for an increase in rain chances after the 4th of July. So you'll see all this in the 7-day forecast. So 40% low end scattered the next couple of days, Tuesday and Wednesday. It'll be seasonally hot those days as we start July on Tuesday. Now, starting Thursday, and by the way, there's a little front to which is kind of in the area that will keep the scattered activity here for Tuesday and Wednesday. Once we get into Thursday, it will kind of move through the area, believe it or not, or dissipate, and stronger high pressure will rebuild overhead or nearby. And so that will turn the thermometers up. Notice an increase in temperatures both during the night and during the day as we head into the long 4th of July weekend there. Rain chances are down starting Thursday and remain low through Saturday. We begin to pick it up Sunday and Monday out of possible influence from that system in Florida and the eastern Gulf that we were looking at just now, as it might make a move in our direction. All right, so that's it for the 7-day forecast. Let's look beyond this toward the middle of July. All right, so 73 and 92 is what we typically see here in Cenla. This forecast has above average temperatures expected across a large chunk of the northwestern states and the deep south into Texas. So we're included in this little batch in between a near normal condition there. So what this outlook is saying is that normally we see a low of 73. It's typical that we will see more thermometers be above that than below it on the average during this time period, July 8th through the 14th. 92 is the high. Most thermometers will be, as far as an average for Cenla, above that number. Okay, so that's how to interpret that. A little hotter than usual. Okay, and we'll start to feel that trend come in later this week. For the rainfall, we're in an area of above normal rainfall. In fact, much of the country is. The monsoon, southwestern monsoon, is getting going, and so that's going to keep things wet across the southwest in areas that are normally dry, but that's not due to climate change or anything like that. That's a typical monsoonal pattern. Happens generally every year. And as you head eastward, a large area of above normal rainfall. And what that means for us, about an inch is what we typically see. This forecast says most rain gauges will probably catch more than an inch in the July 8th to 14th time frame. All right, that's it for me. Thanks for being with me, and thanks for your support for Cenla Weather. And Nick Mikulas will be back with you in the morning, and I'll see you again in the PM. Take care, and hope you're